Good afternoon, students. As we have already started this chapter in our previous module, that poverty as challenge, we are going to continue ahead of that topic we completed in the previous module. As we completed the previous module up to the poverty line, so we are going to ahead to the poverty line only. So let us see here. One question is about the poverty line. That why do different countries use different poverty lines? So different countries use different poverty lines because the calorie requirement for different human races is different depending on their physical conditions and dietary habits. Those races which have greater height and build require higher calorie. The per capita income in different countries is also different. Per capita means per person income. So per capita income is higher in developed countries as compared to developing countries. The standard of living of western countries is higher than that of developing country. The cost of essential items that very much important that items like food, clothing, shelter. So the cost of essential items used in calculating poverty line is higher in the developed countries. So that way, as these different points are showing that different countries have their different condition in about these different things, and that is why the different countries are having different poverty lines. Poverty estimates. So if we discuss about this poverty estimate, what is the poverty is there in our country in different rural, urban areas and overall in the country. So let us see from this table 3.1. There is substantial decline in poverty ratio in India from about 45% in 1993-4 to 37.2% in 2004-5. So here it is showing decline about 8% decline is there in about 10 years. The proportion of people below poverty line further came down to about 22% in 2011-12. This is the recent data. You know that census is done decade wise. After every 10 years this census is done. So the last census was done in 2011-12 and now the next census is going on. The data will come in 2021-22. If the trend continues, the people below poverty line may come down to less than 20% in the next few years. Although the percentage of people living under poverty declined in the earlier two decades. Earlier two decades, that 1973 and to 1993. If you see this here not given up to the 1993 data is given. The number of poor declined from 407 millions in 2004 5 to 270 million. If you see this data million in 2011-12 with an average annual decline of 2.2% point during 2005-4 2004-5 to 2011-12. So here if you see this data, that combined poverty was there in millions, 404 million in 1993-4, and in 2011 this is 270. So this has shown decline. But here you see that after 10 years, the combined number of poor people remained the same, 404 and 407. Almost same data continues after 10 year also. So what is the reason behind it? So we'll discuss in the next slide. So here I think you have understood the poverty estimate, how the poverty decline in different decades or years, the time period. This rural poverty decline you can see here. Earlier it was 507 and decline up to 26%. Earlier it was 507. Urban, I think this is not 507, it should be 57, because this is the data error. This screenshot has been taken from the book only. This is 57, this should be 57. So here of course if it will be 57, so that little bit similar data will be there. Then from 57 to 26, of course this is about the less than half, it has come down percentage. 32 to 14, this is also about more than half. 45 to 22, overall ratio has come down. This is also showing just half, and this is a number of poor people in rural areas in millions. As in the previous data we saw that even if poverty ratio declined between 1993 4 and 2004-5, why did the number of poor remain at about 407? So if you see that table, here it is showing that poverty ratio has come down, declined, but combined data is showing that poverty is same, that poor people in millions remain the same. Why is this happen? Why? What is the reason behind it? So let us see. The poverty ratio declined between 1993-4 and 2004-5, but the number of poor remained at about 407 million because the total population of the country increased during the same period, and out of this increased population more people got employed due to the green revolution, establishment of more industries, and growth of the tertiary sector. So whatever these reform could take place in that time period, because of that many people who increased, means the population increased, and due to increase of population whatever extra people were there that were employed in these different programs, and because of that the poverty ratio remained the same, could not increase in number, and that way in percentage it is showing that poverty has declined even after the population increased. Number of poor people remained the same, that means poverty declined. As a result, the poverty ratio declined. So I hope you understood this question's answer. Are the dynamics of poverty reduction the same in rural and urban? Means the poverty percentage or ratio decrease in rural and urban area same or different. So we'll see in these 4 points. The dynamics of poverty reduction are not the same in rural and urban areas because the conditions in both the areas are completely different. In urban areas, poverty has decreased due to the expansion of the service sector, increased industrialization, and consequent increase of jobs. This has resulted in migration to cities and towns from rural areas. In rural areas, poverty has reduced due to improved agricultural practices resulting in higher incomes. Some contribution to this improvement is due to the migration to urban areas. Some contribution to this improvement is due to the migration to urban areas. So, this way, the dynamics of poverty reduction is different in different areas. Vulnerable groups. Vulnerable, you know that vulnerable is related to that who you can say the it is a measure of probability of suffering from the any kind of natural calamity or mishappening. So vulnerable groups are those groups who will be suffering more than other people. So the social group which are most vulnerable to poverty are scheduled caste and scheduled tribes household. So scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, you know that scheduled means a list has been created in our constitution for some castes. So that caste which have been enlisted in that schedule of constitution that are referred as scheduled caste, and similarly scheduled tribes. Tribes are that races which were living in the tribal areas, forest areas. So these scheduled caste and scheduled tribes are the most vulnerable to poverty. Among the economic groups, the most vulnerable groups are the rural agricultural laborer households and the urban casual laborer household. If you see this bar graph, according to this you will understand that number of poor of every 100% from the category. So if you see the scheduled tribes, here the poor number of poor is looking 43, means if we count our average we take of 100 people, we'll get that 43% of that 100 people are poor. So you can say 43% poverty is seen in scheduled tribes. Similarly, in scheduled caste, that is 29% or 29 out of 100 people are poor. Average Indian poverty ratio is about 22. You can say it is 22 out of 100 or 22%. Here, casual laborer are rural in the rural areas. So that casual laborer farm 34%. That means 34 people out of 100 people are poor. Casual labor non-farm in urban areas, that also near about that 34% only, or 34 people out of 100 people. So this is the poverty condition of vulnerable groups, and in this you will see that scheduled tribes and scheduled caste are more sufferer. Casual laborers are also suffering high. So this was about the vulnerable groups in our society, in our surrounding. Interstate disparity. Disparity means differences. So state wise, what are the differences? The proportion of poor people is not the same in every state. Means the poor people are not same are same in number in every states, that are in different number in different states. Although state level poverty has witnessed a secular decline from the level of early 70s, the success rate of reducing poverty varies from state to state. According to this line, you can understand that poverty has declined in all over the country, but that decline is not same in all the state. Different state decline the poverty with a different rates. So recent estimates show while the all India head council ratio HCR was 21.9% in 2011-12, states like Madhya Pradesh, Assam, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and Odisha had above all India poverty level. Means the most poor or poorest state in our country are Madhya Pradesh, Assam, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and Odisha. So this way, earlier that one word was used to remember these states who are the poor. Bimaru. Bimaru word is there, that B M A R has went out from this category. So that way that word is not fitting suitable here. I think that was Rajasthan earlier, but Rajasthan has gone out from this list. So now that Madhya Pradesh, Assam, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and Odisha had above all India level poverty level. So that way, as the graph 3.2, what is the graph 3.2? This graph is 3.2, this one, where the poverty ratio in selected Indian states has been shown, that different states poverty ratio is showing here. So that shows Bihar, Odisha continue to be the two poorest state with poverty ratio of 33.7 and 32.6% respectively. 33 point and 32 point, Bihar and Odisha. Then afterward you will see that Assam, Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. These all five states are the poorest state of the country, and see their level of poverty is much higher than other states. If the last state you see this Karnataka, so that is remaining up to 20, you can say 21 also. But here see that how jump is there. Along with rural poverty, urban poverty is also high in Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, and Uttar Pradesh. Means rural and urban, both the areas people are found poor. In comparison, there has been a significant decline in poverty in Kerala, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, and West Bengal. So, in these different states, the poverty has declined rapidly in comparison to other states. The states like Punjab and Haryana have traditionally succeeded in reducing poverty with the help of high agricultural growth. Punjab and Haryana are having the good network of canals irrigation, and that way they are doing very well that agriculture and good fertile land is also available in these states. So because of that advantage, these states could succeed in reducing the poverty. Kerala has focused more on human resource development. So Kerala's poverty decline is not on the basis of agriculture. Kerala has focused on human resource development, and if you will see that Kerala people, most of the Kerala people are educated, as we know that more than 90% literacy rate is there in that state, and almost every house, every family is having a foreigner, means they are technically very sound, technically skilled, and that way they are getting employment opportunity all over the world, all over the country. They are spread all over the country and different countries also. And because of that, their poverty has come very much down. In West Bengal, land reform measures have helped in reducing poverty. In West Bengal, poverty is declined due to land reform. Land reform is that abolition of jamidari system, redistribution of land among the people and landless people. So these land reform help to reduce poverty in West Bengal. In Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, public distribution of food grain could have been responsible for this improvement. So Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu is known for well managed public distribution system. The people of that states are very well using public distribution system, and most of these public distribution system, the ration shops are run by the cooperatives, and they are very successfully running these ration shops, and people are taking the benefit of these rations of that public distribution system, and that way they get food grain and they could solve their poverty problem. So in this bar graph, if you will see, so here two questions are there for you, that identify the three states where the poverty ratio is highest. So where the poverty ratio is highest, you can see in this bar graph that these are the three states where poverty ratio is highest. That Bihar is standing up to 33.7%, Odisha stands for up to 32.6%, Assam stands up to 31.9%. So this is about poverty ratio, the highest poverty ratio. Now identify the three states where poverty ratio is lowest. So where the lowest? If you will see, don't count this because this is for whole country. Kerala, Then afterward this Himachal Pradesh and Punjab. These three states are looking that least poor or poverty ratio is lowest in these states, 7.1% in Kerala, 8.1% in Himachal Pradesh, and 8.3% in Punjab. So this way, this is about this bar graph. This is given in your book also. You can see there very carefully, and if any problem, you can ask. Thank you, students. Whatever topic we have discussed here, so read in the book, thoroughly revise the topics. If any difficulty, you may ask. Write the definitions and notes provided to you, and whatever homework will be given, follow it as